call nomination. They nominate things. They look at the health package and they see this condition is not there. So they nominate it. It's a process of nomination.
Yes, we'll come back to that.
Okay. Yeah.
Allow me to cut you short because I'm told we need to cross over to Nakuru, where the president is on a tour and also launching the last mile connectivity within the region. The president is in Nakuru, where he's launching the last mile connectivity within the region.
It's a chilling morning here in Nakuru County, but it's brightening up. Thank you, Mike Wiggy, we are in Nakuru County, and we've been camping here since Monday as the president tours the Nakuru County. Today we are launching the last mile connectivity project in Nakuru County. We are in Nakuru Town East, where the president will be arriving in just a few minutes, and when he arrives, of course, we'll be bringing you the details of what is expected and what he is going to say in connection to the last mile connectivity project. Last Mile Connectivity Project is spearheaded by the Rural Electrification and Renewable Corporation, that is RELEC, and has been working together with development partners to ensure that rural areas can have access to electricity. And through this state corporation, we have seen electricity connection grow from 8% in 2008 to 75% currently. This has been due to the collaboration between the government, that is the exchequer, funding from the government, and also from the development partners. Funding from the development partners is at 15%, while the exchequer contributes about 85%. Since the inception of the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, we have seen investment of about 150 billion shillings. It's a huge investment, and that's why we are seeing of electrification going on around the country. Remember, this RELEC is not just in Nakuru County, it's across the country. We have seen around 9 sub-regional corporation offices that RELEC has set up, and we are seeing a lot of electricity going on in those counties. We are seeing connections going on in those counties, but in Nakuru County specific, the government has invested about 23.6 billion shillings to ensure that the community in this county have access to electricity. And so far, they have connected about 23,000 households. It's a huge number, knowing very well that this county has about 11 constituencies, and each and every person in this constituencies need power. So they have been working together with development partners to ensure that they can be able to have access to power. Remember, right now we are looking at the growth of electricity connection in the country. Around 9 million, or rather 8 million Kenyans have been connected to power. This is a huge number compared to where we were 10 years ago. And we are seeing a lot of activities going on around me as we prepare for the arrival of President William Ruto here. And we're seeing excavators around here. We are seeing machines. We are seeing the engineers here trying to make sure that this event goes well even before the president arrives. And just to give us a snapshot of what to expect before the president arrives, I'm joined by the Member of Parliament for Nakuru Town East, that is David Gikaria, to talk to us, tell us how this last mile connectivity project has improved the livelihoods of the community in his county, in his town. And he's joining me right here. If you can, David, if you can join me right here, Bona MP, talk to us about the last mile connectivity project. Also, welcome us to Nakuru County as well, and tell us what to expect even before the president arrives later in the day.
Thank you very much. My name is David Gikaria, the Member of Parliament from Nakuru Town East constituency. I'm very excited as a Member of Parliament. It's particularly on this very important day when we are coming to do the groundbreaking ceremony for the school that we have always wanted to build for years. But before we talk about the school, also as a Member of Parliament, I happen to be a member of the Energy Committee and the chair of the Energy Committee. And I know what it is when the President has tried to tell us that we can able to improve the economy of this country if we can be able to increase the energy creation through geothermal that we always talk about. And it is important for us as we try to generate electricity that we use the renewable resources so that we can have a green energy that takes care of our environment and, of course, the global warming. But most importantly, it is about economic growth. One of the biggest enabler of economic growth of any country is the energy sector. Is one of the 4 enabling factors that you need so that a country can be able to move forward. And I'm saying this because of industrialization, manufacturing. We cannot be able to do these things if we don't have enough electricity. And the president has reminded us that as a country, we cannot be a country that can only generate 2,300 megawatts a day. I mean, it is for a village. The energy creation of a country that is ambitious, as we are in Kenya is ambitious in terms of growth and moving from a third developed country. So I want to say that the last mile connectivity goes a long way. You can imagine some rural setup where they want to do phone charging, they want to do saloon, they want to have fridges for their business. So
and how has it improved the livelihoods of the people who elected you in Nakuru Town East in terms of this last mile connectivity? What has been the impact?
It is very impactful in terms of economic growth, in terms of business growth, and in terms of even education. Our children would want to do some studies in the evening. Again, it goes in a long way to addressing so many business, economic, education, and so many others. But we want to say that it is a very important sector that I also chair. And here, 2.6 billion. And in my constituency alone, we are going to get around 350 million to be able to address. We are not as badly off. Currently, town is we are almost at 80-90% connectivity. Being an urban and a city, of course, we don't have that very big issue of electricity. What is left, it is for us to be able to do that. Yes.
Earlier on, you've talked about industrialization, and this is the key, of course, to growing our economy. And of course, you've talked about 23,000 megawatts is not enough for as a country. You know, we are generating that as a country every day. So, what areas, as in the Energy Committee, can you say that we need to improve on to ensure that we grow our grid?
One of the issues is what the president has told. You know, in the last regime, they did put a moratorium on the signing of agreement with the IPPs, the independent power producers. So that was a moratorium was put in place by the former regime, and the has requested us that we go through it, look at it, and be able to improve on it so that we can reopen the independent power producers. The economy cannot be grown by the government. It can only be grown by the private sector. Here we have so many people who would want thousands and thousands of applicants are waiting. The ministry to be able to be given licenses to generate green energy. But because of the moratorium that was put, my committee has agreed, and we will be tabling our report that we have already agreed to open up that space, allow more generation of electricity so that our industries can be able to revive and have enough electricity for them to be able to do their business.
Ali, you talked about a school. Tell us about the significance of this school in this Nakuru Town East.
Kiratina area is more of a slum area that has a population of around 300,000. Actually, it's a very small, around 10 acres only, with over 300,000 residents. And this area only has a voting population of 15,000. And most of them are young families who have young children, and they have to cross over the highway to go to some schools at Madaraka and Hillcrest across there. And of course, they are prone to a lot of accidents on the highway. They're very busy, the Northern Corridor. That is very busy. Secondly, or they go to St. John's, across almost 4 kilometers from here. So we have always had an opportunity to talk with the community. We did public participation, more than 10 public participation. And we agreed that instead of having a market that is not very busy, actually it was not even a market. So can we be able to do change of use and have a school here? This is going to have 3-streamed school with 30 classes. That means from grade 1 all the way to grade 9 they have 3 streams class, and again then we have a laboratory, and then we have a meeting hall. And I want to say the residents here are so excited. They are looking forward to the president coming to do the groundbreaking ceremony. And thank you for your time also.
Also welcoming us in your county.
Karibuni sana.
And that is the Member of Parliament for Nakuru Town is talking to us about the project that President is expected to launch. He has talked about the last mile connectivity project, which I had earlier on alluded to, but he has expanded more, telling us he is in the Energy Committee, talking to us about the lifting of the moratorium, talking about we cannot just produce 23,000 or rather 2,300 megawatts as a country. There's need for more independent producers onboarded to ensure that the grid is strong and to ensure that we can be able to power our industries, to power our homes, as much as we are able to also power the schools and hospitals across the country. Now remember, this is an event organized by the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, that is RELEC, and it's a state corporation mandated to ensure that you and I in the rural areas have access to power through grid extension and off-grid solutions. Mike Migwi, back to you in studio.
Indeed, thank you so much, Carol Jenga, for keeping us up to date with what is happening in Nakuru, where the president is expected to go and launch the last mile connectivity within the region. We come back to the studio and we are talking about the development of Kenya's essential health benefits package. I'm talking that topic with Professor Walter Jaoko, who is the chairperson of the Kenya Benefits Package and Tariffs Advisory Panel. Before we crossed over to Nakuru, Professor, we were talking about health tech assessment, which is used to assess what should be within the said package now. If you may continue on that point.
Yes, so thank you so much. So we're talking about health technology assessment, which is evidence